This is Kate Baconsale. You're listening to Baconsale.
What's up, Internet? It's Baconsale. We're here to talk to you today about YouTube.
What? Like button, like button, like button.
Dislike,
Comment, like below.
No.
Oh, man.
Actually, could you just speak like that for the rest of the
whole show, Jacob.
No problem, guys. I'm ready.
What's up, Brosef?
What's up, guys? Welcome to Baconsale. I'm Joel.
I'm Kent.
And Jacob.
Oh, man, it's a lot to take.
Is it?
It's a lot.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. This is just going to be me now.
no.
Is that cool?
It's fine.
I love this show.
Welcome to Cool Boy Podcast.
Cool Boy Podcast.
I really think I might overwhelm you guys if I started doing that. You look kind
Bob
of
Stud.
But thank you so much for listening to our Action Hero Bracket finale.
Should we say we're sorry?
No, I think I was amazed about how many people agreed with us and how many people need to see John Wick on ClearPlay.
And stop watching Jason Bourne.
And how many people were mad about Chuck Norris not winning the whole thing?
Well, but that's because they're patronizing again.
Yeah, and speaking of patronizing.
Oh!
Huh?
Yeah, that was a good. I didn't even find that.
Yeah.
We'd like to give a shout out once again to our patrons who have donated to help keep. I slurred that. To our patrons,
yes,
who helped keep the lights on here at the Bacon Cave.
We need our lights.
If you, I was going to say, patreon.com/Baconsale. If you go there, you can see all sorts of extra perks that you get by supporting Baconsale, like behind the scenes video reviews. We're talking about releasing some unedited recordings of Baconsale.
Yes.
Behind the scenes messenger conversations, desktop backgrounds, merch.
Yeah, we need to get working on that. Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff if you support us at patreon.com/Baconsale. But right now, let's give some shout outs, which is part of the deal of being a patron.
So we're going to start off with
YouTube voices.
Nicole!
Oh, actually, we're going to do that the whole time.
Yeah.
So starting off with Steve Hansen.
Steve Hansen.
What's up, Steve?
Thanks, Steve.
Steve's a great guy.
He is a great guy. Lives right by me.
Why are we all Casey Kasem?
I don't know.
I don't think we've ever seen a YouTube channel.
Yeah, they're not radio announcers. Who's next?
Next up, guys, is Drew Kimball.
Drew Kimball.
What's up, Drew?
I like to call him Dr. Kimball.
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew Kimball.
Kimball.
Dr. Kimball's from The Fugitive. Dr. Drew is a TV doctor, right?
Loveline.
Yeah. That's what?
Loveline. He's from Loveline. Did you ever listen to Loveline?
Alicia Bass is our next shout out. Is it bass or is it bass?
I say bass.
I say bass.
Ace of Bass.
Alicia Bass.
Alicia Bass.
Let us know how to pronounce your last name.
Thanks, Alicia.
No, the Bass Bass family is awesome. I saw them at PurperCon, and they were all wearing Baconsale shirts.
That's awesome.
Way to go, guys.
They are great.
Okay. Next up.
Next, we have Adam and Rachel Crump. We have a duo here,
Look
the
at
dynamic
that.
duo.
A cute little picture there on their Patreon
They do.
bio. Look like a cute couple.
Next up, Angela Hammond.
Angela.
It was like harmonizing
Yeah.
bro
Angela.
voices.
Angela.
Angela. That sounds like almost like Tony from Who's the Boss. And then we have Stephen Ross. Stephen, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it.
Ross.
Oh, so serious.
And following that is Joshua Barton. Hey, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Next up is Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson. Let's go, Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson.
So much excitement.
My voice isn't used to this.
No, thank you, Chris. And cool avatar there. I can't quite figure out what that is.
He's looking it up.
I'm looking at it closer. It's like a blue
It's
thing.
Parrot or something.
Sigourney Weaver from Avatar, actually.
Oh, is it?
Fun fact.
Nice.
No, it's not, but it should be.
Fun facts.
And then finally, we got for this show, we're going to give a shout out to Nicole Yazzie.
Nicole Yazzie. All right.
So weird to hear
you
DJ Jacob on the mic.
Have you guys turned off the show yet?
Yeah.
Because that's the challenge.
But yes, thank you to everyone who's supporting us. We're going to give these couple more shout outs as they come along. So thank you for being patient with us. Those that have already heard your shout out and just have to hear us do radio voices for these next couple.
Yeah, we're sorry. We're going to start this. So speaking of radio voices and why we're being so cheesy, what are we talking about today, Jacob?
Well, I did say it in the intro. Today, we're talking about YouTube channels.
What's up, guys? We're talking about YouTube channels.
Isn't it weird? When I think YouTube channels, I actually kind of think of like tackiness. Like I think of YouTube and I'm like, God,
What?
that's annoying. Like we're doing these voices and people are annoying on YouTube. But that's my entire work day.
Well, here's the thing about YouTube. And back in...
You just act like this all day at work? Is that what you're saying?
I watch YouTube all day.
Back on Baconsale episode 101, we did our documentary starter kit where we talked about if you weren't into documentaries, here's some documentaries to get you started. And we hope that you took advantage of that and maybe are watching more documentaries now and gotten into them.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do a YouTube starter kit because I've found in conversing with people, because sometimes I do talk to people, I found that people think that YouTube is just for sharing the funny cat video or a funny fail compilation or a music video. And
fine compilations, whatever.
But there is actually people are leaving TV to watch YouTube shows.
Yes.
Yep.
And the way I describe it to people, and the way I'll probably describe it a couple times here on the show, is YouTube channels are a lot like TV shows where you don't have to watch every episode if you don't want to.
Right.
So they come on, you subscribe to channels, and then they'll automatically appear in your home feed. And then you look and see, okay, what came on today or in the last week? Oh, this one interests me, this one doesn't, this one interests me. And you can add them to a list and then watch them. And they're a lot of fun.
And generally, if you watch a video about, I don't know, let's say Mamma Mia, they're going to send you recommended Mamma Mia videos for the next week.
The YouTube algorithm, it's kind of weird, but it'll show you kind of what it thinks you're interested in. But you have a home page that will show kind of your subscriptions and recommendations, but then you can just go to your subscription page and just see what you've signed up for.
Or you can go to the trending page and also shows late night hosts in their comedy bits, which are
We'll talk about that. We'll have a
whole
whole section about that in this.
So I got to ask you this, though. With YouTube, is it more background noise for you, or do you actually intently watch it? Like for both of you guys?
I mostly intently watch the shows that I subscribe to. I actually will sit down and watch them. Some I can tune in and out, but most of the time when I have my YouTube channels on, I'm paying attention to that and not my children.
Same here. I always ignore Joel's children while I'm watching YouTube.
Makes sense.
So you're actually watching YouTube. Because I generally listen to commentary or just a conversation, and then I'll just close that screen or downsize the screen and just work on something. Or usually it's music at work, for example.
Right.
Well, if it's music, then yeah.
But I am kind of into YouTube making their own TV shows. Like, for example, Karate Kid or Cobra Kai, I should say, is their actual original show.
And that's
started that actually,
and that's on YouTube Red, which is a paid version of YouTube.
Yes. Ooh, we should have a video bacon bit on that.
But, we should.
Oh, Cobra Kai, we could.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted to point out that YouTube, for the most part, is free. You can subscribe to all these channels for free and see all this content for free. There's some extra stuff with paid, but for the most part, it's free.
But do you actually really like YouTube Red?
No, YouTube Red is great.
Of the subscriptions that Jake pays for and I'm part of, I like that one.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, the lack of ads is a lifesaver.
No, I go on at somewhere else at school on somebody else's computer, and then suddenly there's these ads, and it's the worst. It is so terrible.
It's either skip the ad in 5 seconds or you watch 15 seconds of an ad.
Oh, it's so ugly.
And they do apply to you generally because they follow the cookies.
Who cares?
Yeah.
They are the worst.
They are the worst.
And another thing I want to bring. So we want to talk about the shows we're talking about today isn't even hey, here's 4 hours of relaxing music videos. That's not what we're talking about today.
Which I could tell you an 8-hour playlist to listen to all at
There's
work.
some good ones out there.
Yes.
I love the 10-hour versions of a lot of these things. They have that Making Bacon Pancakes, the 10-hour version.
Mercy.
Nine Cat, 10-hour version.
Yeah.
But we're talking about channels, original material that you can watch on YouTube. Another prep I want to give people is that a lot of times when you're sharing a YouTube video with someone, it's 3 to 5 minutes. That's generally what you're sharing with people.
Yeah.
A lot of these channels go a little longer. You're looking at 10 or 15 minutes, and people will be like, oh, that's so long. If you don't think of it as a TV show, but if you're thinking of it as a TV series, suddenly it's much more manageable.
So basically, we're talking about the channels we really devour and enjoy as channels, as themes they present, because this show isn't one of those one-up games where someone's like, I got this great YouTube video to show you, and it's really, really funny, but you're just waiting for your turn to show your YouTube video, or the one that you think is most funny. This is one that, albeit hipster, especially in my case on a lot of these, these are channels that I think you should subscribe to and not just watch one video, because there's a lot of value and you can pick and choose at that point.
And for the longest time there, I didn't subscribe to people. I just kind of saw videos that were trending and looked at it. But then I realized I was seeing the same videos and I liked the same videos. And so I was like, what is this channel thing? And then I subscribed, and now they just automatically come in my queue. And I'm like, cool. Now I
Do
can
you
watch it.
often unsubscribe from channels? Is there anything that could make that happen?
Yeah, there's a couple channels that they either stop producing content or I stop liking their content. And so I've unsubscribed to a couple.
Yeah.
But I'm subscribed to I think I counted it up before, about 67 channels.
Oh, I have 20, maybe.
But a lot of these aren't real channels. One of them's Jacob's.
Oh,
that's true.
Jake's on the internet?
Yeah, and I'm on there. My channel is primarily Divine Comedy videos that I just kind of uploaded because I had them.
Yours is actually worth watching?
Well, because I wanted to have a digital copy of these DVDs I had because they could break. So I've been uploading those for years now. I very slowly, but it's fun to go through and see these channels that I subscribe to, and some have died off, but I just don't have the heart to unsubscribe to them because I like the channel so much. Which I'll talk about that.
I love watching Fred so much.
Fred?
that I'm
You don't
hoping
like Fred?
Fred Weasley?
No.
Oh, Jake, you don't even know.
Jacob, that voice you were doing
Yeah.
is a tenth of annoying as Fred's voice.
Oh, Fred is the absolute worst. I wish I could play a clip, but it is so grating.
Play a clip right now.
Hey everyone, it's Fred. I mean, I can't even do it because it's like 3 times the speed.
And he got a movie.
He got a movie.
Three
deal.
movies actually. 3
Oh,
movies.
that's right. But okay, let's talk about that then, because this is not just some side project hobby that these people are doing.
Right.
People are making some serious money off of these channels.
Yes.
People are making a living, and a very, very good living off of these channels.
We'd like to take this opportunity to say that Baconsale is now doing YouTube. Just kidding. But eventually, we'll probably try to do YouTube in
That
a
would
way.
be fun.
Instead of just our video reviews.
Okay, so I want to talk about the top 5 YouTube channels real quick.
Okay.
So when you think about top 5 YouTube channels, and actually most of the main channels that are most popular are gaming channels.
Makes sense.
These are channels where people play video
does.
games and people watch them play video games, which
Are
my
they
wife is
not-
really annoyed by.
Are they not toy unboxing videos?
Those are also very big, as are music videos. But like
that makes
gaming
sense.
ones, seem to be the biggest ones.
Okay.
So the top 5 overall, you get number 5, Hola Soy German, which is a Spanish channel. That's one thing I love about YouTube, is that the highest, like a couple of these highest channels aren't even American. They're foreign and they speak in foreign languages, but they're huge.
So
on
what
YouTube.
happens on Hola Soy German?
Well, he's a comedian and a writer. A lot of times he does these vlogs. He's actually, I've seen him a couple times. He speaks English on this other channel that I watch, and he's pretty funny. But he does these sketches and things like that, talking about real life things. But then he also plays games on Juega German, which is another one of his channels. But he has 34 million subscribers. So 34 million people are watching him. He currently gets over 150,000 subscribers a month, even though he hasn't posted on that channel for a year.
What?
He's not posted
That's
on...
irrelevance at this point.
This is the 5th highest, and he hasn't done anything on it for a year. He's switched to his other channel, the Juega German, or German.
His other channel?
Yeah, he has 2 channels. A lot of the YouTubers, they diversify and they have multiple channels to increase revenue.
Smart.
Number 4, you get Canal Conzilla, which is a Portuguese channel, a Brazilian channel that the guy writes, produces, and directs music videos, and it's the 4th highest.
Wait, so he just shows other people's music videos, but he
creates them? Like, he creates them. This isn't his music. He's creating the music videos. 37 million subscribers.
But maybe he has like a certain style that people really like.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
700. He has 700 music videos on there, I think.
Wow.
Is what it said.
Jeez.
And then you get T-Series. Or no, sorry. I'm sorry. I jumped over Justin Bieber at number 3, which is just his music videos and songs.
Wait, so is it
40
like
million
Justin Bieber
subscribers.
Vivo?
No, there's Vivo, and then there's his regular channel.
And it's Justin Bieber has number 3.
Justin Bieber is number 3, even though he doesn't publish regularly, and it's just music videos and just songs.
So there's no vlogging or anything.
No
Vlogging, which is video blogging.
At least as far as I could tell.
Wow.
I've been subscribed for a long time. And then
just now.
And then you get T-Series, which is a Hindi channel, 55 million subscribers, and it's all Bollywood. It's Bollywood music videos, Bollywood trailers, 55 million. This is the number 2
What
of all of
in the
YouTube.
world?
And then finally, you get the most
I didn't
subscribed
realize
channel.
YouTube was so diverse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Number 1 is actually a Swedish YouTube personality named Felix Arvid Ulf Kjellberg, otherwise known as PewDiePie. PewDiePie is...
What's up, bros? Hey, bros.
Brofist. PewDiePie, he is a gamer, and he does challenges and things like that, but mostly it's him playing games and screaming vulgarities.
Not anymore, because he started out doing Let's Plays, like the scary games like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, you watch him play a game.
Yeah. Whereas now he does like almost political and like meta commentary on the internet.
Well,
most of his videos are that now.
And he got in pretty big trouble last
did.
year with some anti-Semitic comments,
Yes.
jokes, I should say. And people have unsubscribed. He's kind of lost subscribers. Like, he went down from 15 million a year, like making $15 million a year, to making only $12 million a year. So he lost some money there.
You watch his channel, and it is literally him in a soundproof room with big headphones.
with a microphone. That's it.
This guy, he looks like really zany, but I don't know. It's weird.
It's just
this one dude named Felix makes that much money.
And I have no idea why. I watched one of his videos just before coming here today, being like, I'll give him another chance. Ever since YouTube cracked down on profanity, maybe I can watch his videos.
Right.
Because he does swear a lot on his Let's Plays. But I watched one of his videos, and it was a try not to laugh challenge. And I was watching it going, this isn't funny or well produced.
Well, here's what he does. He doesn't even, it's almost like he tries to make fun of YouTube. So his try not to laugh challenge, they're not even meant to be funny. It's him almost making fun of the try not to laugh challenges out there.
Yeah.
It's really strange. here's the thing. There are so many YouTubers out there who know their audience is primarily 9 to 11-year-olds.
That's what it feels like.
And he knows that, but he also wants to make them at least feel older or talk to the older audience because he does more talk about YouTube personalities out there because he has the platform to talk about whatever he wants. He does probably 2 videos a day.
Yeah.
It's
he publishes
silly.
pretty frequently.
So here's the thing. I've watched PewDiePie in the past, the gameplay videos, and I'm like,
right.
Oh, that's fine.
So
like,
you're
I'm
not
watching
playing
scary videos.
So as my wife would say, you're not playing a game. You're watching someone play a game.
Watching someone play a game. And then so I was like, man, this guy is pretty annoying. He's a little bit too loud for my taste. And then I watched his like personality videos, and sometimes he makes very good points. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm okay with PewDiePie, even though I shouldn't be deep inside.
No, literally.
And then I watched... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just want to do a quick impression of what it's like listening to a game of his. Like he's playing a game and he's like, okay, let's go around the corner here. Bleep, 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 bleep. Swear.
Yeah.
That's what his videos are.
So I watched a video today. I'm like, oh,
So basically a night at your house.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, I haven't seen a few of his videos or his videos in a few months. I'm going to watch one today, and I just picked one at random, and I could only make it about 2.5 minutes in.
They're not good.
But here's the thing, like he gets about 5 million views per video.
Yeah. No, he's still raking it in.
And honestly, because of the people he goes against, which are YouTube monsters like Logan Paul or Jake Paul.
We'll get to them in a sec.
Okay, because he rips on them because he can. He has the platform. And because he destroys people like that, I'm like, go Pewds.
Don't call him that. That sounds...
He's Pewds.
No, that's not good.
That's what he call him for
Too
short.
close.
Let's
Too
talk
close.
about... Okay, so those
Too close.
those were the top 5 overall channels.
Yeah.
So, the most subscribed one is 64 million people subscribe to that one channel. But then if you get the top 5 English channels, the ones that, are more local, PewDiePie is still number 1 because he speaks in English.
Right.
Justin Bieber is number 2. Dude Perfect is number 3.
Oh, really?
33 million subscribers.
And those are what, stunts and whatnot?
It's like, they're sports entertainment. And so they do like trick shots or extreme challenges. They hold a number of world records, which are really impressive to watch. It's always kind of...
Like world's longest fingernails?
No, like full court shot, like
Okay.
things like that. And it's amazing to watch them do it. And you know that they've done it like 20 different takes to get this one shot.
Exactly.
But it's still so cool when they make it. And they always edit it with this like cool music. It's a very bro channel. Like a lot of it's kind of like, yeah, all right, we did it. Woo!
I can't watch it.
I watch a couple of videos. I enjoy their videos, but I'm not a subscriber. But I do. It's amazing to me that their YouTube videos have garnered over 5 billion views total.
Holy cow.
Billion with a B. That's a lot of them.
That is a lot.
Yeah. And then number 4, you get Ed Sheeran. Another one. I'm just like, it's a music
Just
channel.
another music
32
video?
million subscribers. And then number 5 English channel is Taylor Swift with 30 million in just music videos and songs. Like the music channels really, I don't think they should count.
No.
But the weird thing to me, and this is the weird thing, is that the top 5 most subscribed aren't necessarily the top 5 highest earning. Like there are YouTubers who are making a lot more money. So, for example, you get here number 5 would be PewDiePie. He's number 5 on this list. Even though he's the most subscribed, he's number 5 earning.
How does that work?
Just because some people, like, it's not all about views. Like, you get a cut from
Endorsements
Google.
and whatnot.
I think someone said it was like $1,200 a view. I think that's what someone said. So that would be, he gets all those views on one video, he gets a lot of money. But it's also sponsorships and affiliates, and they have all these deals, merchandising. So he's number 5. For number 4, you get a tie between Mark Pilar. I can never say his name right. Mark Plier.
Oh, Markiplier.
Markiplier, thank you.
Yeah, another game player.
His name's Mark Fishback. He's a YouTube gamer, and he does gaming. He does Let's Plays, and so he's got 18 million followers. But he's tied for number 4.
Wow.
Then you get Logan Paul. He's tied for number 4 as well.
Everyone remembers he went to the suicide forest and filmed that dead man. Yeah. And he got a lot of trouble.
So he's
most hated man on YouTube.
Him and his brother Jake Paul. They're both on here in the top 10 highest earning, and they are total. I don't want to say it. But
think of the bullies in a 1980s high school movie.
Yep.
Like the blonde bullies.
Yes.
That's Logan and Jake Paul.
Yeah. And what they're doing is crazy stunts to annoy those around them and their neighbors. Like they've had complaints from their neighbors, like police complaints about the stuff that's going on at their house. And then they tweet about it like, well, people think we're bad neighbors, but we're awesome. And
what are those?
Oh, it's so annoying. Like they are known literally as kind of the villains on YouTube. And then when Logan Paul went to the suicide forest in Japan and started laughing at a dude who had died. He got some huge backlash, but he still has a ton of followers and he's still making a ton of money. And I hate it I hate it. Number 3, Dude Perfect gets 14 million a year. And then number 2 is Evan Fong, or Vanos Gaming. Once again, he posts comedy videos, show him playing various games. I watched one of his videos today, and I was like, I looked at one of his highest viewed videos.
Is it a Let's Play or?
Yeah, but it's just like him just playing this game, and I was like, I don't really see the point. Like, it was fine, but it wasn't anything special. But the dude's making $15.5 million a year.
Wow.
And then number 1, you get Daniel Middleton, or Dan TDM. He gets $16.5 million a year from YouTube.
Doing what?
Yikes.
4, he's a popular YouTuber focused on the game Minecraft.
No way.
So he posts daily reviews and gameplay videos. So he does reviews and videos of games, mostly Minecraft, and he's making the most money on YouTube as of 2017.
Here's what's nuts. Like, so I have 2 daughters, and they watch like Cookie Swirl C and Disney Car Toys and these channels that just have unboxing, and they do. It's like a grown woman who's bored in her home and playing with Disney Barbie dolls.
I was going to say the number 9 highest earning is a 6-year-old kid named what's his name? Ryan,
6-year-old?
6-year-old Ryan Toys Reviews.
Yes.
And he opens toys and then plays with them, and he's making $11 million a year.
Because here's what happens. His parents, I don't know, like I may have been guilty of this. You turn on YouTube Kids and you leave it on, and your kids watch these videos ad nauseum, and they have 55 million views on a video before long. It is insane. It is,
and I did watch some of his channel where he does they do educational videos, like scientific videos or things like that. They're I think they're expanding to a little bit more, but the heart of it is still him opening a box, playing with the toy, and then reaping in a lot of money.
Wow.
It's kind of insane. The one thing I will say about this, by the way, about Dan TDM, the highest earning on YouTube, is that his reviews, for the most part, are family friendly. Like PewDiePie, you couldn't watch that with your kids.
No.
But Dan TDM is actually pretty family friendly. You could watch that with kids. Not that I want my kids to watch those videos a lot,
or
my wife.
Time away. Sure.
Yeah, I should mention that too. My wife, as I said, hates people watching people play games. But she also hates watching unboxing videos,
and those are huge.
Yeah, so she's not a fan of any of these highest earners on here. So there you go. That's kind of the overview of how big YouTube is becoming.
Right
now, whether it's a sustainable business model, I don't know, because a lot of YouTubers are currently frustrated with YouTube.
Yes. Owned by Google.
Yeah. And they're trying to look for other ways to be able to make money and maybe even publish their content.
Right.
You can see that it's also infiltrating television, because a lot of the late night talk shows, they now publish videos on YouTube in small snippets, and you can tell their segments on the TV are made to be YouTube friendly.
It's like they're purposely,
been doing that for a while.
Yeah, purposely creating games over one from commercial to commercial. It's meant to be a 7-minute YouTube segment, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, like Carpool Karaoke, they're going to do a 20-minute segment just for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because more people watch that than they would ever watch the show.
Because I don't know many people that sit down and watch full talk shows now. They'll watch.
Well, why would you?
No.
Just watch the highlights.
But that's the beauty of subscribing to these channels on YouTube, is that, so I subscribe to Team Coco, which is Conan, The Ellen Show, which is actually the 21st most subscribed channel on YouTube.
Wow.
Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live. And I subscribe to those. And so then when the videos come up each day, they come up and there's little clips, and I say, okay, I want to watch this interview with this person, and I want to watch this skit. I don't care about the rest of the show or the musical group. And I can do that. I can just watch the pieces I want. And that's why I like subscribing to those talk shows.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you subscribe to any of them, Kent?
With no ads.
They come up in trending, and okay, Team Coco, yes. Yeah. And he usually breaks up interviews in 3-minute segments. And so I'll watch one, and then, of course, the next one will play. But I can't tolerate...
You have autoplay on?
Yes.
Ugh, I hate autoplay.
Do you really?
Yeah, I turn it off.
I can't tolerate late-night show hosts at this point, so...
Well, they're all getting... Well, that's just it. Is every single time I see a video that says something political, I'm like, what's the next one? Oh, a funny one.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it that way. I really enjoy getting it in digestible versions. I've been so close to subscribing to the Late Late Show with James Corden because of
Carpool Karaoke.
Carpool Karaoke did that skydiving stunt with Tom Cruise, which was hilarious. And the crosswalk musicals, I enjoy all those. But he has so much other content that is not, that I'm just like, okay, I'll see what everyone goes viral, and then I'll watch that.
So should we talk about what we actually watch, what we'd actually recommend to people?
Yeah. So we each came up with 5 channels that we subscribe to and enjoy. And yeah, should we just jump right into
Let's
it?
do it. All right, I'm going to go, and I'm not going to say worst to first because I love all of these, but
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's
go
the
with
top 5.
lesser known and maybe least amount of subscribers that I watch. It's just a guy's name, Ryan Hollinger.
Ryan Hollinger. I don't know this channel.
And many people are going to accuse me of being a hipster. I'm not sure that applies in any case, anywhere, ever, because Kent Dunn is not a hipster.
Obviously.
Ryan Hollinger, he talks about film. Most of these will be film breakdown.
Okay.
And he does specifically horror films, which I'm a glutton for.
Now, you say breakdown. Describe to me what the channel is like. Like, if I click on a Ryan Hollinger movie, what am I going to...
You click on About, and it says, taking your favorite and hated media and giving it some analytical context. And he says, especially horror stuff. You probably have some questions about the accent. He's an Irish guy.
Okay.
And he sits there and he says, let's talk about Scream.
Baby.
Exactly.
I couldn't resist.
I know you can't. Or, it's like, here's my video on Halloween. For example, some of his videos are The Art of the Mist, a tragic prophecy realized. Okay?
Okay. So it's just him discussing a movie.
Yeah, or he'll be like The Art of Nightmare on Elm Street, what Freddy represents. So
Now, is he analyzing or is he like bringing obscure facts to surface? Like, what does he do?
everything, because what he does is he'll sit right there in front of just a TV screen just on the side. It's kind of like in his office. It looks like he's just filming this video on the cheap, but then he'll show clips from the movie or behind the scenes content or interviews with the director, for example. But he'll give it like an actual analysis. Like he'll be like, Freddy represented this in the 80s at this time, and this is why this movie is so contextually important.
Okay.
Here's why it's still scary to us
That's
now.
where you get all your crap from.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a geek for this.
Yeah.
For example, he has so many random videos as well.
And it's all horror?
Not all horror, because there's some that go a little outside. There is a video that says, was the Scooby-Doo movie misunderstood? And it's about a
comedy horror.
a 12-minute video about the Scooby-Doo movie and why it's actually kind of good.
How long are most of his videos?
So the average length of the videos are 10 minutes.
Okay.
And that's what I try to go for. I go to 10, 15 minutes because if we go 20, that's way too long. This guy, he's been going since January 2008. He has 226,000 subscribers. So not a ton, but a decent. I would take it.
Yeah.
227 videos and average views on each video about 75,000, which is the low end for what I'm about to say for these other ones.
But for 10 years, that's not a total
Right.
overwhelming number.
His 2 favorite videos of mine, because I picked the best videos, is it's an analysis of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And it's a 12-minute
the
video.
Snick Show?
Yes.
What?
All about how it's actually scary. Are you afraid of the dark? I'm going to send you this video.
Yeah, send me that one.
And his best one is called Let's Talk About Goosebumps' Scariest Episode. And this one has 600,000 views on it. And it's about the Haunted Mask episode of Goosebumps TV show.
That's one of my favorite books.
And it's a great video where you're like, the effects are kind of cheesy, and he talks about that. And he says, you're watching this as a kid, and this is why this is terrifying.
Now, content-wise, what are
Yes.
we looking at here? Is this like PG, PG-13, R?
This veers on hard PG-13.
Okay.
Because he will show, for example, Halloween, and he'll show maybe like a machete cutting through someone real quick.
Okay.
You won't see any nudity, but you may hear some vulgarity.
YouTube's pretty strict about that.
Yeah, you may hear some vulgarity from one of the clips, but he's generally speaking over it and only playing it in that, like, you can't really hear it. You can only see what's happening as he's describing it. And it gives, because you and I love horror,
Yes.
it talks about, like, for example, why Get Out is so smart.
Okay.
So definitely watch this one.
Ryan Hollinger.
Ryan Hollinger. Hollinger.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
That actually does intrigue me.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 is the slow-mo guys. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like it is. It's 2 guys, Gav and Dan. They're British, and they will blow stuff up or shoot stuff or, just try different things and do it in slow motion. Like they had one where they had a ball hitting the face, and then they did it in super slow motion. And they have these amazing phantom cameras that like take 27,000 frames per second.
Do they also do those videos that things are crushed under like a press?
No, that's a hydraulic press channel, which is fun to watch, but I'm not a subscriber.
Okay.
But there's random channels out there like that. But these guys, they're just so fun to watch. Like these guys, okay, so they have 11 million subscribers. The average video is somewhere between like 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Because a lot of times they'll talk about what they're going to do. They'll show it in real motion. They'll show it in slow motion. They always have the kind of this cool music that comes in like this, vroom, and you watch like the card get ripped apart with a bullet or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Or the Jello going through a tennis racket is a fun one to watch. Some of my favorite ones include underwater bullets at 27,000 FPS, frames per second, inside a 6-foot air balloon, taser impacts on bare skin, and how a TV works. Like those are all fun to watch in slow motion.
That's cool.
And it's a very kind of singular focused channel. And most of their videos get about 5 million views.
Oh, not too shabby.
Like just as I was eyeballing it, they get a lot of views. And it's funny because like Gavin actually used to work as kind of a slow motion expert on movies. He worked on Hot Fuzz.
Oh, love it.
And then Dan was actually an explosive expert in the British military. And so then they're young guys. Like they're not old. They're like in their 30s.
Did you say how long each of these videos are?
About 5 to 15 minutes, like somewhere in that range.
It's funny because I wouldn't normally watch stuff like this, but if I was watching a video and I saw one on the side there on the little tab that says
you click that
Jello going through a tennis racket, I'd be like, I would like to see how that happens.
Yeah. And it's so mesmerizing. That's the thing, is watching things in slow motion, like it does kind of this big kind of slow down and the music comes in and you're watching it. It's just like, it's relaxing. So even though like it is a lot of the same, and these guys are hilarious. That's the thing, is like it's cool. The video is cool, but Gav and Dan just play so well off each other. Like Gav is the kind of the brains of the operation, and then Dan has to do all the stunts. So every time you watch a video, Dan will be wearing like this tattered lab coat because he's been splattered with paint and jumped on mouse traps on a trampoline.
So they're actually personalities on screen.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're actually really funny personalities, and they mesh well. And that's one of the reasons that the channel goes beyond like just the hydraulic press videos, is because you get a little bit of flavor in there with personality.
So it's like young Mythbusters almost.
Kind of. Well, in fact, they worked on Mythbusters.
Okay.
I think they did for a bit. And they worked on Top Gear too. Like they worked on a couple of these things as the slow-mo guys, and that's kind of where they got their name.
Oh, very, very cool.
All right.
All right, my next one is called Red Letter Media.
Red Leather,
One
Yellow
word.
Leather.
Red Letter Media.
Red Letter Media.
Yes, so this one is film and satire. So the description is a cross between Siskel and Ebert and a 1980s sitcom with VCR repairmen who discuss movies.
That's
what?
Oddly specific.
It's very accurate as well because it's all a joke, but there's actual reviews taking place. Like, for example, it's a bigger, bored guy who's sitting in a chair, and his coworker shows up. It's almost telling a story, and he shows up to work, and they're sitting there in this weird factory. And they're like, "Hey, man, how's it going? How's it going? Let's talk about Mission Impossible Fallout." And they will break down this movie and review the movie in a hilarious way.
So wait, is it a sketch or is it just
It
talking
starts
heads?
off them playing characters because there's many characters they do. For example, their best video and the one that you know of, and people may not know they know it, but it's the Phantom Menace review. Remember, it's a 70-minute Phantom Menace review, and it's one of their characters named Mr. Plinkett.
Wait, it's a 70-minute review.
I will send you this clip. It is...
Hey.
You cannot help but finish every minute
70
of this.
minutes. That's almost the length of the movie. Oh,
It's-
it's shorter.
Pretty much, it destroys the Phantom Menace, and it is a blast to watch. And the guy's playing a character, but and he's playing an idiot, but every criticism is valid. And also they covered, like, there's a Ghostbusters 2016 review, and it says everything that we can't say. And you want someone to say. And it's also a long video. Each of these videos are about 35 minutes on average.
Okay, so these are long ones.
Very long. They have 822,000 subscribers, 511 videos. And yeah, each of the videos have about an average of 800,000 watches.
Wow.
So these guys are a pretty
How many
big
subscribers
deal.
you say?
822,000.
Wow.
So they've been around forever. They have a ton of...
Mine had 11 million.
Oh, yeah. I'm a hipster. But they have a lot of different channels. Like there's some videos where they'll watch bad movies. There's some where they just review movies. And there's what I love about these guys, because it is kind of a joke. They are playing characters. They'll make fun of like other videos like Screen Junkies or Collider, where all these YouTube channels will be like, we're super nerds and we have all these toys on the desk and we love being nerds. And these guys... They faked a Star Wars review or a Solo review. They hadn't seen the movie. This is Red Letter Media. But they actually made fun of Collider. And they were like, Solo is the greatest. Hey, what do you know over there? A Denny's hamburger, because Collider was invited to sponsor. They're sponsored by Denny's and reviewing Solo. Denny's like, you can get these new Solo cups. And they did the whole thing, and they were just mocking them the entire time. And that's why it's satire, because they're making fun of the YouTube community, and they're almost dull, but they're brilliant. Even if I don't agree with their movie reviews, they're really, really smart. And I'll say this. So remember, like a couple months ago, the director of Kong Skull Island, he criticized CinemaSins.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he said,
CinemaSins, the YouTube channel.
Yes, he says they are they're criticizing movies just for the sake of criticizing. And he used some colorful words.
Yeah, well, so does CinemaSins.
Yeah, that's what he's saying about CinemaSins. Yes. Yeah. And so
that's their whole brand, though.
Yeah, but he's just saying, like, they're almost rude for the point of being rude. So nitpicky, whereas he said Red Letter Media is good for film criticism and satire because they lampoon a certain type of nerd culture, and their takedown is accurate and thoughtful. So even though it's kind of a joke, everything they're saying is actually accurate. I recommend you watch a few of these. It's hard to recommend ones that are under 30 minutes, though.
Right. Well, that's fine.
Definitely take a look at the Phantom Menace review because you will have to watch
70
the
minutes.
entire thing. I promise you.
What MPA rating would you give this?
Oh, it's rated R.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to watch it?
But yeah. The Phantom Menace one is not rated R.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. My number 4 is actually Rosanna Pansino. And otherwise,
why do I know her?
Otherwise known as Nerdy Nummies. She is the most popular baking channel. Well, one of the most popular baking channels on YouTube. And she's not just about baking, though. She does Nerdy Nummies, which means she cooks things that have kind of a nerdy theme. Like she has this like Angry Birds cupcakes, or she has a Harley Quinn checkered birthday cake. She does all these different types of cooking things, and it's a cooking show. But then and my kids love that. Like, actually, we watch that together, and they really enjoy that. And I like them watching it because then I'm like, hey, maybe they'll make me treats one day. But
you hope.
Also, she does challenges with the guests. Like, she has a bunch of different people on. One show she had the Muppets on actually to help her cook. But she's a very popular YouTuber, one of the most kind of recognizable ones around. She just passed 10 million subscribers on YouTube.
So is it like a Rachel Ray? Like, is she like standing in front of a counter sort of thing?
She's standing behind a counter, and she'll talk about what she's going to make, and she'll talk about the ingredients, and then talk about what she's doing. But it all has a nerdy or geeky theme. Like, she's heavy into gaming. She loves gaming.
I'm into that.
She loves geeky movies like Star Wars. She's really big into that. She's really big into Harry Potter. So she does all these themed treats. So they're all like these fun, geeky treats that she makes. That's
so if you're going to have a movie marathon.
Oh, totally.
You're like,
so many good
watch
ideas.
This video.
And she does
treats.
like baked goods. She does like candies. She does savory treats. Like she did dog treats one time. She has a dog that she loves. But then, I enjoy those. Like I enjoy her baking ones. But what I like is when she does her challenges. Like when her and her sister did like the Oreo challenge, where they had to kind of guess what flavor of Oreo, or they had to do the pizza challenge where they had to put random toppings on a pizza and then eat it. But she's got a very fun personality. And I say fun personality because my wife is super annoyed by her voice. She's like, does she talk like that in real life? Does she really talk like that to everyone? Because it's really annoying me.
Is it kind of mousy? What do you mean?
It's more, she called it baby talk, but I don't see it as baby talk. It's kind of just this kind of cartoon maybe character. I don't know. I think she has a great personality.
You're not going to demonstrate for us?
Hey guys, it's Ro. Let's get started.
He's twirling his finger in the air right now.
Oh, I did that. But I really think it's a fun video. It's a fun series to watch, and it's one that you can watch with the entire family. I think all mine you can actually.
So do you pick and choose like, oh, I like Doctor Who, so I'm going to watch that treat one?
Exactly. Like they had one a little while ago. I remember it was like, I don't even remember it anymore, but I was like, I don't know what that series is. I don't really care to watch it. If my kids want to watch it, I'll let them, but
You're like, 12 Monkeys. That treat she made for...
But
that disturbing dystopian movie.
She pulls in about $6 million a year. And she has an average of 75 million views per month. Her average video is about 10 minutes long.
That's a lot of dough.
And she publishes a couple times a week. She actually she started doing. She wanted to get into acting. Like she was on an episode of Parks and Rec, I think, just as an elf in a Santa setting or something like that. But she wanted to get in front of the YouTube camera to kind of get over her camera shyness and be more, so she can get to acting. And then it took off, and she became this big star. And now she's been in a bunch of YouTube series. She's done a couple Disney shows, and then she also wrote a book and did a book tour of a cookbook. So she's a pretty popular YouTube personality, and one of my favorite personalities. Actually, she's just a very nice person overall. It seems like I think she could I could hang with her in real life and we'd be fine. But
how many of her videos do you think you've seen? Percentage wise?
I've watched a lot. I've even gone back and watched some. So I'd say probably 60 to 70%.
Oh wow, okay.
Can you want to know one of who her best friends is? One of her best friends?
Who?
Lindsay Sterling.
She seems nice.
Yeah. Ken has a crush on Lindsay Sterling.
I had a crush on Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah, past tense, Joel.
But yeah, Rosanna Pansino.
So if
Nerdy
you're
Num-
listening,
Canadian.
it's present.
Yeah, look up Rosanna Pansino. Look up Nerdy Nummies if you like that kind of thing, because it really is entertaining.
And is it actually cookable food?
Oh, yeah.
For someone that doesn't know how to cook.
No, I mean, if you're gonna try, if you don't know how to cook and you try it, you're gonna end up looking like something off of Nailed It. But
I love that show.
It always annoys me when she's like, "All you need is this Darth Vader mask mold, and then you can do this." And I'm like,
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah, when she does that, I'm always like, "Oh, come on!" But there's some little tricks that I've learned, like the Angry Birds cupcakes. I was like, "That's actually pretty cool." So,
Okay.
yeah,
I think you should make us something from one of these videos
maybe I will.
and see how it turns out.
This is a great plan.
Yeah. We'll eat your treats.
I'm glad.
But yeah.
All right, Kent, what's your number 3?
I'm glad you're diversifying because I clearly am not diversifying because these are channels that I'm subscribed to.
Is this
and I
about
watch all
movies
the time.
again, Kent?
It's another film breakdown channel. This one is called Every Frame a Painting.
Every frame painting. That sounds like a cinematography channel.
It is actually. So I spoke about this one when we did our Michael Bay show. In fact, I took a lot of my research from the video that says, "What is Bayhem?" And it is actually talking about the art of Bayhem. This is not my favorite of his videos. And it's actually two guys. It's Tony Zhao and Taylor Ramos. And they started in April 2014 and they actually finished in December 2017. They said, nothing sinister. We just felt it was time to end. So we're not in a fight. We're just done making videos, but I'm still subscribed to the channel because when I'm feeling like I need to, for example, get into Buster Keaton, which I'm not currently a big fan of.
I can help you with that.
No, please do, because I watched his video. It's called Art of the Gag. And it's all about how he sells the gag so well.
He does.
And it clearly is an art that I'm like, I need to watch more of that.
I have the entire Buster Keaton collection.
Okay, great.
With
And
Chinese
what
subtitles.
it does, obviously, is taking the best snippets.
With Chinese subtitles?
Yeah, it was an eBay.
I'll still watch it. But it takes the best of everything or makes you see something that you might not see if you just watch a movie on its own.
I love those kind of things too, where it gives you kind of this insight into film. Like it reminds me of when I was taking film classes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I wouldn't even thought of that.
So, for example, obviously, I'm a big fan of the movie Drive, which came out in 2011. And this one is called the Quadrant System of Drive. And so it talks about the 4 quadrants on your screen as you're watching Drive and how it's that movie is made so purposefully about which quadrant shows what.
I do enjoy
whether
that.
it's colors or action or the way someone's looking. And I'm like, holy cow. It really helps me be a film critic watching these, which is why I'm geeking out so much and staying really in this lane. Because I'm like, there are so many things other than story and cinematography and acting or writing that I'm not looking at.
Right.
And it's the auteurs that get in there and make something so good. But there's... Yes.
How long are these videos?
So these videos are about 7 minutes.
Okay.
So very digestible.
Yeah.
He has, these two guys, they have 1.5 million subscribers, only 28 videos.
Only
so you
28
can watch
videos?
them really quick.
So they don't publish very frequently.
Well, they don't anymore at all.
Oh.
So they had a 3-year span and they tried, because these videos are very hard to make. One of the best ones is the Marvel Symphonic Universe, which is a really telling video about how the music in the Marvel movies,
I think you sent me that one.
yeah, is not good.
How it's not memorable.
They talk to the man, basically man on the street, and they say, "Oh, sing hum the Batman song, or hum the Superman song," and then they're like, "Hum a Marvel tune." People are like, Spider-Man. They couldn't do it, and it talks about how they can fix things, and you're like, "Oh, really? It's not that memorable." And they play scenes. The best video these guys have is called Edgar Wright: How to Do Visual Comedy.
Okay.
And it's like, we're sold, right?
I'm
It's
gonna
preaching
watch
to the choir, but it shows, even if you watch Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz and you're like, yeah, that movie's really clever because of this will put all 4 of those main movies, because really it doesn't show Scott Pilgrim very much, and make you say, oh, these are repeating themes, and that's how clever something is shot compared to other directors. Seriously, watch these videos, Every Frame a Painting.
But it's a defunct channel now? Like they don't use it anymore?
Yeah, they don't use it anymore. Videos are all still up, obviously, but go watch it.
What's the name of it again?
Every Frame a Painting.
Every Frame Painting. Mm-hmm. Well, what rating would you give this one? MPAA rating.
Oh, this is PG-13 at worst.
Cool. I'm in.
Yes.
I will probably watch all those. Okay, my number 3 is a science channel, actually. It's Mark Rober. If you don't know who Mark Rober is...
I don't.
Do you remember a while back they had the iPad Halloween costume where you could put the iPad with the beating heart behind a ripped shirt and it looked like you had a beating heart in your chest?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he did that, and it got really popular. He's a NASA engineer who left NASA, and now I think he primarily does YouTube. Like, I think he makes $1 million a year.
Oh, geez.
But the dude is known, he does all these science, do-it-yourself gadgets and creative ideas on YouTube. He has around 4 million subscribers, and each video is about 5 to 15 minutes long, depending what you're looking at.
Okay.
But every one of these, like, it's a cool gadget or trick or science fact, and then he goes into how he makes it. So, for example, one of my favorite videos is the world's largest Nerf gun. He takes a huge, it's bigger than him gun that he's walking around with, and it shoots a pool noodle with the toilet plunger on the top of it. Like, that's the dart that comes out.
And one person can hold this? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, and so he has like a strap around, and he's walking around shooting this thing. And
what does he shoot?
Huge. That's what I said. Pool noodle with a plunger on it.
No. I mean, like, what's he hitting?
Oh, he shoots it through glass. He shoots it at a
Neighborhood
stop
kids.
sign.
That's what I was wondering.
Kids with lemonade stands.
No, they're
seriously.
out there like with a Nerf gun fight, and he like walks outside.
No, the dude actually he plays with his nieces and nephews a lot. Like, he's a really good family man, and he brings them over for a Nerf gun war, and then he comes around the corner with that thing, and they just start screaming and running. And then he shoots at him.
Oh, that's
it's pretty
awesome.
entertaining. Also, where he does the world's largest super soaker, where he does the same type of thing, where it's like bigger than him, and he's shooting this super soaker. He talks about the principles of.
Is it like dangerous stuff? Is that what he's going for?
Well, there's different. No, because he puts different nozzles on it. So he says this one will like shoot through glass, but this one's a little more different, like
awesome.
Dispersed.
That's
but
cool.
he shows you how to make these things. Also, one of my other favorite ones is a carnival scam science and how to win. So he goes to a carnival at like a amusement park and starts talking about which games are more rigged than other games. Like, he brings a professional basketball player to the basketball hoop one, and he talks about the ring toss.
Do you know who could make a YouTube channel about that?
Who?
This guy over here, Jacob Rogers.
He's pretty good on the ring toss. Was it?
No, not the. It was
the basket.
Yeah, no, it was the ball throw into the pot or something.
No, seriously, he
pretty good at several of them, actually.
He won the game and got me a big stuffed animal. I
remember
stuffed
that.
leopard.
I remember I was like, yeah, sure, Jacob, you're going to win that. And he comes back with it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I used to, when I was a kid, I found one where they had like, the milk jugs. Mm-hmm. You hit it with a baseball.
Yeah. And
I remember that one was super rigged. Like, it was a hard fiberglass, like, you had to break the glasses, right?
Right.
Of course, as a feat, just even knock them over. Mm-hmm. And I knocked him over the first time. Nice. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, you have to break them, though. And I was like, seriously? Like, what are they made out of? He's like, oh, you just have to throw it a little harder. And I could see him, he's kind of like sweating it. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I throw the second time, I miss. And I'm like, okay. And third, full throw, right? Nail him, crash him. Nothing, right? And I'm like, let me see those. He's like, no. I'm like, let me see those. And anyway, the guy like takes off. Like, he totally takes off.
He runs away?
Yeah. Well, he goes to the back. He leaves the whole stand and like unattended and goes to the back.
Some carny in Missouri?
I think it was. I don't remember, actually.
Wow. Sounds like a Jacob story.
It was a Jacob story. And then aliens came.
There we go. There it is.
Yep.
But no, so this thing is, though, it's fun to watch. He has like one of the ones I was amazed by was this one Pinewood Derby cars. Like, he talks about how to make the perfect Pinewood Derby car.
I need to watch this.
And my son and I watched it, and we applied, I don't know, maybe half of the principles he said, because we didn't have all this stuff he had and all the equipment. But just half of it, we still came out third place with a pretty cruddy car, I should say.
Really? So it looked terrible, but you knew?
I messed up on it, and so it looked a little cruddy. But then we did the weight distribution right. We did the graphite right. We figured out where it was supposed to be, and third place. And it was all because of this video.
Wow.
Also, one of my other favorite ones is how to measure how much pee is in your pool. And that one's pretty eye-opening.
What?
Yeah.
What?
How to measure it?
Can you break that down for us real quick?
I think we need this.
After I visit every pool I go to?
Well,
there's a substantial amount.
Yeah. You'll have to watch the video, but one of the most shocking things I thought was that pool smell that you're so familiar with isn't necessarily chlorine. It's actually the chemical that's produced when chlorine mixes with urine. So there you go, kids.
Hold on.
You'll
For
watch,
real?
Yes, watch the video. It's pretty eye-opening. But then he also does like nice things. Like he got his wallet. He lost his wallet. He found it again.
Sure.
And so someone brought it back to him, and he says, "I wonder what the odds are of this." So then he called on his YouTube fans around the U.S. and did this scientific experiment where he dropped 10 wallets in various cities around the U.S. and then measured which cities gave back the most and which cities had more honest people or dishonest people. Like he has this whole thing about it.
Oh, very cool.
And it comes out with this very positive message. Like it's a really uplifting channel and a good channel.
Dang, that's one I actually really want to watch.
Mark Rober's really good, and BYU graduate.
Oh.
I didn't know that until
Shout
like
out.
a little bit later. I was like, oh my gosh. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live a couple times.
This is the NASA guy still, right?
Yeah, the NASA guy. Yeah. And so, yeah, Mark Rober.
No, I'm going to go
his channel.
subscribe. That actually sounds really, really cool.
He's great.
So the next one I have is actually not a film breakdown one, guys.
You're number 2.
Pretty crazy. This one is...
TV.
It's TV breakdown. It's all about the first season of Prison Break. No, it's bad lip reading.
Bad lip reading. I love bad lip reading.
We've all seen bad lip reading, whether it's like the Seagulls Stop It Now video. Which I don't think is their best video, but you can't not watch it. Kids love it.
The music ones are real. When they do the music ones, they're kind of hit and miss.
Yes.
But Seagull Stop It Now and Bushes of Love are like my favorite ones. Like I sing those. I want those on my iPod. Like
Jiggy Jar Jar Do. I love the Walking Dead musical as well.
But even just the bad lip reading, like everyone kind of saw the NFL bad lip reading because that was the most popular one. I believe, right?
Now they have several of those, and they're all great.
Orange Peanut. Wow. Thank you.
Or like the political ones. Actually, that's they started actually with a Rebecca Black music video, obviously Friday, and they called it Gang Night. And so they just made that song, and it just broke. So this is March 2011, got 1 million hits, 1,000 subscribers just from that. So they started with music videos, then politics, then a few movies, and then the NFL.
Sports, yeah.
I think their best video is the Hunger Games bad lip reading. This one has 34 million views. And I mean, honestly, everything said in this one, but my favorite line is, and that's how babies grow. In the context of the video, it's amazing.
Well, the Twilight one too. I just love that one. You slapped a fish. Why would you do that?
It's so bad.
Because if you don't know what bad lip reading is, from the name of the channel, they take movies and they remove clips of video clips and they pull out all the audio and then they insert their own based on what the people's mouths are doing.
Yes. And
I watch some of these videos and I'm like, they can't be saying anything else.
Yeah.
Like I want to find the original clip because they're obviously saying orange peanut.
And this one is one of those rare cases. So they only have just over 7 million subscribers, but the average views on their videos is over 10 million.
Yeah.
So basically people will watch these and then just not subscribe. There's some that are obviously like 100 million views or 60. I think Seagulls has 60 something million, which is surprising. It's
probably
only
15
that amount.
million of that is me and my family.
Exactly. And these videos are very easy to share. They're only 4 minutes on average.
Yeah.
So like most of these are pretty great. Some of like the music ones, like you said, are kind of hit and miss. But like it's really good parodies.
It's always a good
of
time.
Modern movies and music videos. It's really funny. I shouldn't even like this one as much as I do, but for some reason I really, really love it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bad lip
It's pretty mainstream for you, honestly.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
What a letdown.
So my number
Sorry,
two,
Jake.
my number 2 is one of the conglomerate ones where it's multiple channels, but it's all from the same brain. It's Fine Brothers Entertainment and the React channel. Now, this is one that actually, I don't want to say it was the first one I subscribed to because I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know that this is the channel that exposed me to a lot of other channels. So the Fine Brothers Entertainment / React. If you've ever seen one of those kids react to a rotary telephone or adults react to Kanye West or things like that, that's from these guys, the Fine Brothers, Raffi and Benny Fine, who are 2 brothers who have created kind of this empire. And they've created original web series. They've actually got on TV a couple times. Like they have a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. Like they're always trying to create and do more stuff. But their channels, they actually have a post every day. Like these other channels, like Mark Rober with Anna Pensino and the Slow Mo guys, it's a couple times a month. But every day you're going to get something new from the Fine Brothers, whether it be on the Fine Brothers channel or the React channel. They have, let me look at the subscribers here. 17 million subscribers. And,
I'm surprised it's only that amount.
Well, that's the one channel. The React channel has another 9. So they're just over 20 million subscribers.
Okay.
Well, 25 million subscribers. I can't do math.
Somewhere in there. Sure.
Something. But they have a ton of views on a ton of channels. And they do a lot of different things. Like a lot of them, like they have challenges, like the try not to laugh challenge, or try not to awe challenge, or trying to get mad challenge.
As much as I say I hate these guys, their try not to laugh challenges are the only ones that really, like, I'll watch them and I actually kind of laugh.
I always challenge my wife to these. My kids know as much because this channel can get pretty PG-13.
You can tell when it is and when it isn't. Though.
And I'll explain how, though, because if the kids are reacting, they're going to keep it PG or G.
Yeah.
If the teens or adults are reacting, or even the elders, it can get PG-13, like a hard PG-13. They never go to R, though. They always bleep stuff, but they sometimes say things or even talk about more adult subjects or hard subjects. Like they brought up suicide on the show before. Or mass shootings and things like that. And
so these guys got into a lot of trouble 2 years ago because they tried to trademark the term react.
They did. Well, and it was kind of a misunderstanding, but not really, because what they wanted to do is they had this format of this channel they wanted to do, and some people were copying it, like almost verbatim, like it was the look and feel of their channel.
Okay.
So they tried to trademark that, and in doing so, they tried to say, okay, any React things, we're going to trademark the name React so no one can use that. And the internet fought back.
Oh, yeah.
Like they lost.
They're like, you selfish punks.
They lost tens of thousands of subscribers, and they had to end up putting an apology video up. They backed off on that. They decided they weren't going to do it anymore. But that was early 2016 or 2017. But by May, they'd already earned their subscribers back. Like people have kind of started coming back to them. And they do a smart thing too, where they kind of show the whole crew. So like as they're doing it, they have, I just want to read through these. Kids react, teens react, elders react, YouTubers react, adults react, college kids react, and staff reacts. And so they have their staff come on, so you get to know the people in the staff, and they become kind of like celebrities too. So, and I start to know the interviewees by name. Like I'll see, that's Jordan. I thought she's hilarious.
Adorable people they have on the show.
Yeah, and like the elders, I love the elders when they come on. They always make me laugh, and they're always reacting to stuff. And this is actually the channel that keeps me up on current memes and events. Like, I just watched one today.
Hey, maybe I know a guy who's part of our show that should probably watch this.
He knows about memes. Jacob.
What are memes exactly?
Memes.
Memes.
I just watched one today about fake Instagram models, where they have models on Instagram who are created by CGI, but they look realistic.
No way.
Yeah, and they have a couple channels who that's their whole shtick, is that they're fake, but no one knows they're fake because they look so real.
Wow.
So like, and like different trends and things like that, or popular videos. A lot of what I gets from this channel, and they'll bring on YouTubers, and that's actually where I found Rosanna Pansino and a couple other people that I watch, was through them being on this channel reacting to other things.
Like Lindsay Sterling was on it once.
She's been on a couple times, yeah. And it's kind of fun to watch. But they have like kids react to eating snails and things like that, which is just fun to watch. Other ones I like, I watched Last of Us. I watched the entire Last of Us game on this channel as they did a Let's Play. They did it in
I saw
they
that.
did that too?
Oh yeah, they did The Last of Us, and it was amazing.
It was Try Not to Cry, right?
Like they did the entire game.
The entire game?
They played the entire game, not in one sitting. Like I literally was watching 25 to 30 minute videos every week of like sections of the game.
So is it someone playing it or someone giving commentary while playing it?
No, it's multiple people playing the game, and then they intercut it together. So like you see different people do different things at different parts, but it's all following the same
and it's
story.
worth watching. It's not taxing to watch.
For me, I really enjoyed it. Like I actually really enjoyed watching it. I also, what another game? I've watched a couple games on Let's Plays through there. But Last of Us was one where at the end, I was caught up in the emotion of the game, even though I'd never played it.
Okay.
So it was pretty amazing to watch.
So what you're saying is like it's so varied. This channel has so much for you.
Yeah, there's so many different things to see on this channel, whether it be people reacting to stuff.
It's so polished, though.
It is. It's very
for better or worse.
It's well produced.
Yes,
like they put a lot of effort into doing it. But they also do like sketch comedy sometimes. They do cartoons. Like they did a G-rated Fight Club once. It was like an animated version.
Okay, I'll watch that. Sure.
They did an R-rated Harry Potter, which wasn't R-rated. They still bleep the stuff. But so they kind of have these different skits that they'll do on the Fine Brothers channel. But the React is really kind of where the bread and butter is.
Okay.
And the challenges. So Fine Brothers Entertainment or React. Either one of those channels, you'll get this kind of stuff.
All right. Should we do some honorable mentions before we do our final one?
Let's do honorable mentions.
Jake, do you watch YouTube at all?
I normally watch it for functional things or for
like to fix something in the house, and you're like, okay, that's how you do that.
Well, for sure, I do that crap all the time, actually. But like learning something, picking something up. I do it for all sorts of training things, understand how stuff works. I also do it for inspirational stuff, so I listen to talks and things like through YouTube constantly. Actually, that's probably the thing I use it most for.
For me, like the biggest thing I use YouTube for is for playing like movie soundtrack or movie scores and soundtracks, just while I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I primarily use it for these channels.
Oh, you do?
Literally, like every day I'll kind of see what's new, what's going on. Like I said, Prime Brothers is almost every day. And like I said, you don't have to watch all of them. Like I saw one come up that was political, and I was like, I don't want to watch that one. So you don't. It's okay. No big deal. because there's not like a continuous story through these. They're just standalone. Each one of them.
Makes sense.
I'm curious about a couple that you guys haven't mentioned, but I'm going to hold off in case it's your
So for honorable mentions, I just have a handful here. So number one is one that is really new. It started in April 2017. It's called Diversity in Comics. It's a very controversial channel, but it's all about this guy, really bland voice guy who reads comic books and kind of rips apart the community because everyone is so like PC. This is why it's controversial. And he's like, no, give comic fans what they want. Like, quit trying to destroy this medium. And he's kind of entertaining. Then he has 84,000 subscribers. Also, Rap Battles of History, which is
this kind of defunct channel too. Now they're taking a break.
Is. So their last video, they did like an update, like, hey, how's it going, everybody? A year ago, but the end of 2016 was their last actual rap battle.
But they'll do like rap battles between Darth Vader and Hitler.
Yes, Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates.
Yes, Rick Grimes versus
Walter White.
I wonder where they quit.
Doc Brown versus Doctor Who.
One of them had a baby and was kind of back to family time, and the other one wanted to try different projects, so they were taking a break. It is strong PG-13, sometimes R.
Yeah, sometimes R, which is funny because it's like cheesy sort of Utah type comedy because it's so geeky.
It is.
But then it's vulgar at the same time.
Very, very vulgar.
But I feel like it's very clever. These guys are talented, as tacky as this channel is, because it's super tacky. They have 14 million subscribers. I would love it because I think they did season 5 or 6 was their last one. I every time these ones came out, because their seasons maybe go for 3 months and they do a video like I think every week or every other week, this would be destination watching for me.
Epic rap battles of history.
Yeah, and their videos were like 4 to 5 minutes long.
Nice.
Who won? Who's next? Also, there's a newer channel started June 2017. It's called Clean Prince Gaming. And this guy, he'll just do, his videos are about 16, 17 minutes, but it's video essays about video games, about new and older video games, and just about maybe like the death of a series or why a series is doing so well. Like his biggest video is how and why I quit GameStop, because so many YouTubers are just, they hate, gamers are just, they hate GameStop, the store, so much. Also, he's done a few on God of War, so obviously that appeals to me. And then lastly,
because you're the God of War.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boy. And lastly, the channel's not called this, but it's the only thing I watch on the channel, but the Honest Trailers.
With Screen Junkies.
Screen Junkies.
Yeah.
They have 6.5 million subscribers.
Honest Trailers.
They probably lost a lot last year when there were some issues.
There were some issues with
some personalities in the channel.
Yeah, well, one of the head guys on the channel got in trouble. He was accused of some inappropriate behavior.
Yes, he was.
So they kicked him off, and they're trying to regroup and reform.
But I used to watch movie fights a lot, and I hate all the personalities on the show. But
You hate Hal Rudnick? Bye-bye.
But the Honest Trailers, they get me. Like, there's some that are not as mean as they should be. There's some that are...
Did you just watch the Hook one that just came out?
Yes, I did. Of course I did. So for me, this is destination viewing. Every Tuesday, they come out with the new Honest Trailer. Really, really enjoy it. And those are my honorable mentions.
Oh, man.
They're clever, too. They have good insights.
They are clever, yeah.
So one of the ones I have kind of as honorable mention is Movie Clips Trailers, which is just movie trailers. As the movie trailers come out, this is where I go. So I have it in my YouTube feed where every time a new trailer comes out, it's just in my YouTube feed.
Oh, fantastic. Is it like every big movie or every trailer ever? Because there's some like low budget movies.
There's random ones on there too.
Okay.
They do a whole variety. I will say sometimes they don't differentiate between red band and green band trailers.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm watching it with my kids in the room and a word comes out and I'm like, no! Screen Junkies I do have on there because I do enjoy honest trailers. And some of the other stuff, but mostly just honest trailers. Cinefix, if you haven't watched Cinefix, Kent, film geek discussions. Like, this is highbrow film geek discussions.
Why don't I know this?
I don't know, because they do some... one of my favorite ones, and this is one you may like, is What's the Difference? Well, they'll talk about the book and the movie, and then like, what's the difference? So like they did Fight Club.
Yeah.
And
fantastic.
And they talk about the differences between the book and the movie, and it's all done in kind of this... Like, they're funny. They're actually kind of funny about it too. So, I mean, they're obsessed with The Third Man, which I think is ridiculous. But
okay.
So they are like film geeks, like Criterion Collection worshipping film geeks.
Okay.
But at the same time, they have a sense of humor, and I really enjoy Cinefix. So that's Cinefix, Cinefix. Also, Mental Floss, Random Facts and Trivia, always fun to listen to. They used to do shorter series, but now they do like these like 30-minute like binges. Like today's one was on bears. So they talked about Chicago bears, actual bears, gummy bears, and like they kind of just did the whole random facts. It was just fun to. It's
Are those
like,
ones like 58 random facts about this and this and this?
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of. It's like they kind of just. It's more like a history lesson, but it presented in a very quick paced, fun manner.
It's the way the internet needs to be.
What's his name? John Green.
Oh, yeah.
He's the main guy on this, and so him and his team will do these videos. So that's Mental Floss. He, she, or he's he. How It Should Have Ended.
Oh, Hishi.
I love that channel. It's fun to watch. They show these
Hit and miss.
I love them. Like almost everyone. They're animated versions of what could have happened in a movie.
Yes.
And it's always very entertaining. It's very
Superhero
tongue-in-cheek.
Cafe, fantastic. Villains Pub, awful.
I like Villains Pub.
Ugh.
And then, okay, Schmo Yoho, you get Songify the News, Bad Lip Reading, Cinema Sins I put on there. It's a guilty pleasure because, man, they cross the line so much. But I don't take it offensively as you in the sense of I don't really take it as criticism. I take it as just funny commentary.
Yeah.
But some people get upset about it.
It's just annoying. It's so nitpicky.
And then finally, Red Cars and Water, which is also known as Red Hot Nickel Ball.
What? Excuse me?
Well, they will take a metal ball made of nickel.
Oh, yeah.
They will put fire on it until it's red hot, and they will put it on things.
And let it melt through.
Let it melt through. That's Red Hot Nickel Ball.
No, it's awesome.
That's pretty simple.
Well, you really like these like mechanical ones.
I do. I enjoy kind of the sciencey ones and the tech ones. And
Like a couple weeks ago, you were telling us how the videos you fall asleep to.
I fell asleep once.
You watched these grinding videos.
It was whoa. That sounds bad.
Well,
no, it was like a metal grinder, like a car grinder, and they were putting stuff in there. And I was watching it. It was so soothing to watch things just get demolished.
Perfect.
Well, and I
As he
used to
falls
watch.
asleep to destruction.
Well, we talked before about channels I can't unsubscribe to. Julian Smith was one of my favorite YouTubers for
Comedy
the longest
channel.
time. Yeah, he did sketches like Hot Kool-Aid and Malk, Eat Randy, Techno Jeep. Actually, Eat Randy's one of my favorite songs, along with Racist Coffee and I'm Reading a Book. And
Randy from work hates Eat Randy so
I know.
much.
But I loved his channel, but now he's kind of gone off the rails and his videos aren't as good, but I still subscribe to him. I just don't watch any of his new videos.
I've always found it so annoying.
And then Mr. Arturo Trejo was one of those family vloggers, but with like a twist. He was very weird. Like he would make up stuff about his family as he was doing it, and it was always very, very funny to watch. But now he runs a successful taco restaurant in Vegas. So, but Arturo.
Interesting sequel.
Yeah. So there you go. There's my honorable mentions. And now, wow, let's get to our number one.
My
Let's do it.
number one pick is all about film.
What?
We are shocked.
This is a
Blown
twist.
away.
Shocked, I tell you.
Somebody picked me up from the floor.
So this one is called Lessons from the Screenplay. They have just over 827,000 follower subscribers, only 32 videos, average amount of views on each
That
video.
is not many videos.
Right, exactly. Average, because it takes a while to create these essays. Average views on each video is about 500,000, and the videos are 12 minutes average. So very digestible.
Okay. 12 minutes isn't too bad on YouTube.
Yes, so this one is created by an American filmmaker named Michael Tucker. He analyzes movie scripts. So remember the every frame... What was the
Every
other?
frame.
A painting.
Yeah.
Is all about how a film is structured, how it looks. This one is all about the screenplay, but you would be so surprised at
This
how...
is your number one pick.
It's my number one pick. It is so insightful. So he analyzes movie scripts to see like why they're so good at telling their stories, the best video they have. And I want to go over like my honorable mentions for this guy. The best video is called, I mean, no surprise for me, The Dark Knight, creating the ultimate antagonist.
Kent is full of surprises tonight.
Oh, yes.
This video is all about the Joker and how he basically creates Batman and how
He lost to Lex Luthor.
Oh,
He probably
man.
talks about that. Yeah.
He does. Those freaking mech suits. they get in the way, and the flamethrowers, and there's so much. But it talks about the Joker, and like we all love the Joker. Like that's an easy thing. You watch a 12-minute video about the Joker, sure. But like he plays the Joker's music as he's talking about why he's such a great villain, how he's written precisely. And what you're not even seeing in the movie, but how it's even he walks into a room and how Heath Ledger portrays it based on the script. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I will watch this movie right now based on this 12-minute video. Some of the other movies he's talked about are Ex Machina, and it's called The Control of Information. And it talks about how you're watching the movie and you're being told certain things, but the main character is being told certain things and you're being lied to, but you don't know it.
This sounds a lot
All
like
based on the
Cinefix.
screenplay. Okay, good. I really need to subscribe to that.
They do a lot of this kind of analysis.
Okay. And then, for example, there's also like Collateral, the Tom Cruise movie, and it's called The Midpoint Collision. and it's all about how the characters change at a certain point, and one gets stronger and one gets weaker. It's so fascinating. Memento, telling a story in reverse. Obviously, these are my kind of movies. Nightcrawler, empathy for an anti-hero. But then there's also what makes Ghostbusters Ghostbusters, or why is Independence Day so great? So he'll go for like bigger movies and be like, look, let's talk about why this is such a classic movie. And he's like, also film geeks, let's talk about Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Something like that. So this thing, it's so great. If you really like, I've always wanted to write a screenplay, but been too lazy to do so. But I would like to follow the rules. And what he'll do is he'll draw from like authors or like screenwriters and take from their books and say, this is how this movie does this theme so well. If I ever wrote screenplays, like I would like to like learn from this and use these factors. So
interesting
lessons from the screenplay. I'm sorry I have to go with film once again.
No, it's fine,
but it's what I do.
No, that's actually I'm intrigued by that one.
Yeah.
What's that one? What would you rate that one?
Oh, PG-13.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to subscribe to that one because I do enjoy writing and I do enjoy movies.
All right, Joel.
And it sounds a lot like Cinefix. Like Cinefix a lot of times does like the art of the scene where they'll talk about like the coin flip scene in No Country for Old Men, and they'll just analyze that one scene and how it works, or they'll do the top 5 what was it? Oh, it was like they were doing camera usage, top 5 pans, top 5 zooms. Like they were doing this whole thing, but
No, honestly, like Jake, you should watch some of these videos. There's one he does.
I'm super tempted, actually, just from what you said.
Every frame of painting.
Yeah, I'm kind of in.
There's one about Hitchcock, and there's this scene where he talks about how characters stand in a room, and sometimes they sit, sometimes they stand at a certain point of the room, and it's all about diversion of power. Like who holds the power at what point, and it's so purposeful what we see on screen. So definitely check these out. So this one is Lessons from the Screenplay.
Lessons from the Screenplay. I'm going to have to look that one up. And you said they don't publish regularly?
Yeah, it's 32 videos. It's probably one a month.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Because that's so like I said, my other ones like the Mark Rober and the Slow Mo Guys and Rosanna Pansino that a couple times a month. Fine Brothers is every day, and then there's my number one, Good Mythical Morning.
Okay.
I am going to talk about Rhett and Link and the Good Mythical Morning, which publishes. Good Mythical Morning airs every weekday. And every morning, literally, guys, I look forward to this. Like, it's my getting ready routine where I will be getting ready. I'll put on Good Mythical Morning and have it playing as I'm getting ready.
But are they just smug?
No. I was going to say this. And maybe
because I don't know why I've never been drawn to this
maybe
YouTube
they
channel.
are. Maybe they are. And I'll tell you why. Because if I were to say Baconsale was a YouTube channel, the closest thing that would mirror it, I would say it would be Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, now I have to like them.
Like, honestly, that's how I feel. Like, I watch these things and I'm like they did just recently, they did a snack bracket where they did multiple snacks like Doritos and popcorn, and they whittled it down in the bracket style format to see what was the ultimate snack.
I love it.
I do love that. I want to do that show now.
Yeah, let's do it.
I see some things and I'm like, we could do that. They do other shows like Will It. They have a whole Will It series, like Will It Taco,
or like Will It Ice Cream Sandwich.
Will It Ice Cream Sandwich. They did on Tonight Show, didn't they?
What does that mean? Will It?
So they do Will It Taco, and then they'll like take something and then turn it into a taco and see if it works.
Okay.
And it's hilarious because it gets progressively worse as it goes on. Like, for example, so Rhett is the taller one. Link is the one with the glasses. But Rhett he hates like blood.
Rhett and Link. Yeah, I've heard of these guys.
Yeah, Rhett and Link.
Yeah.
And so they always end up putting like congealed blood in one of the dishes at some point, and he's just horrified by it. They've eaten many weird things, so you can relate that to that, Kent.
Yeah.
They have like things like that. They'll also rate foods where they did a whole section on Disneyland foods where they said, okay, we have 1 to 6 here. Let's eat all the famous Disneyland foods and put them in ranking of 1 to 6. But they're just
a good one.
They're really talented guys. And one of the things I love about them is that they've been best friends since first grade.
Aw.
Like they met in first grade when they both got held in from recess. And then they drew mythical creatures like while they were sitting in detention, basically. And so that became like Good Mythical Morning, the Mythical Crew. Like that's the whole theme of it. But they've been best friends ever since. Like they have pictures of them together as kids and as teens. And it's so funny to see like how awkward they were back then. Because they went into college and both of them were engineers. Like they were going towards the engineer path.
Okay.
And then after college, they both left to become YouTubers, and then they became super successful. They have around 20 million subscribers across 3 different channels, and they earn about, I think it said, estimated earnings around $8 million a year.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Each episode of Good Mythical Morning generally gains over 2 million views. And these are 10 to 15 minute videos, each one of them. And it's just like a morning talk show. And I really do watching every morning. Now, Rhett and Link, they have a separate channel, Rhett and Link, where they do music videos and sketch comedy and things like that. Like they did Breaking Bad, the junior high musical of Breaking Bad.
Awesome.
Which was hilarious.
I used to watch them when they were commercial kings.
Yes, they did. That's how they got started, was doing commercials for people. And they had the most random commercials and jingles.
So Jake, basically what would they would get hired by, let's say, a furniture store, or let's say Salt Lake Community College Cosmetology School. Mm-hmm. And they get hired to do a commercial, and they would make it the cheesiest 1980s commercial you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
They'd create a jingle. They'd have people like try to act in the commercial, and they are cringeworthy, but on purpose.
Yeah, and awesome. Well, that's the funny thing about it is they do these random challenges. Like I just found one today that I didn't know about, and it made me laugh so hard. Was that in September of 2012, they uploaded a video of themselves singing All Night Long by Lionel Richie for 11 hours, for an entire night. They sang all night long.
That makes me sick.
So they compressed it into like a 4-minute video, but it was just one of those videos I was watching going, this is so funny, because they're just walking around the city with this little boombox playing all night long and singing to people, and then people are dancing and singing with them, and it was just one of those fun videos. I went, how did I not know about this? Oh, man. But like the Rhett and Link channel, like there's songs on there that we have on heavy rotation in my house, like My Belly Button. They sing a song about my belly button. They sing a song about their favorite pillow.
How does that one go, Joel?
The belly button one?
Yeah.
It's my belly button, my belly button. I won't pretend like it's nothing, because my belly button's really, really something. It's about guys who it's about two guys who discover they have
to keep going.
Something I want to show to you. But it's about two guys who discover they have belly buttons as grown men, and they start singing a song about it, and they end up planting trees in their belly button, and that offsets their carbon footprint, so then they can like drive Hummers. It's very, very random. But and they've been on Tonight Show a couple times where they did Will It Tea, Will It S'more, and Will It Hot Dog, which is also fun to watch. But some of my favorite ones, there's so many good ones, but they get locked in a sensory deprivation tank, which was really fun to watch. Like just their reactions when they got out. They actually got vasectomies together, and that was a pretty entertaining video. Not like together,
like in the same room together.
They were in the same room, and they were filming it, and it was pretty funny. It was very uncomfortable, but also very funny. They did the hottest pepper challenge, which was fun to watch. They did burritos versus tacos one episode where they did like a kind of a high school debate format. Ooh. There's so many fun videos out there, and this
is very Baconsale-y.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah. And I just really, really enjoy this channel. I've gone on to it way too much, but really just go out there, check it out. Rhett and Link, the Rhett and Link channel and the Good Mythical Morning channel, I feel are both just high quality, and they are the ones I really get excited to watch.
I'll give them a shot.
I get more excited to watch these than anything on TV right now.
I get told I look like Rhett at times. Like when I have facial hair, I get told I look
we would
like
be Rhett and Link. You'd be Rhett. I would be Link.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it goes. Link has a very bad gag reflex. Oh, perfect. Like they've actually done supercuts of him gagging on the show whenever he has to eat something bad.
Nice.
He's a super picky eater too. But yeah,
okay.
And I've gotten to know their personalities. Like, if they came to town, I would do my best to try to see them on one of their tours, because they do mythical tours.
Oh, very cool.
And it makes me sad right now they're on break for Good Mythical Summer, but they'll be back by the time this airs.
But there's a thing called Good Mythical Summer?
Yes. It's their summer show where they do just 3 shows a week instead of multiple shows, and they have guest stars come on. And they've had like Hollywood stars come onto the show too, which is pretty fun to watch. Like Ron Swanson, what is his name? Nick Offerman was on there a little bit not too long ago, and it's fun to just see him on the show interacting with my YouTube family.
That is cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, YouTube.
Wow. Go to YouTube. No, so I was going to say, we talked a lot about it, and really we wanted to do that because we want to kind of expose you to the world of YouTube if you didn't know about it already. And if you already do know, like, honestly, I didn't know 4 of Kent's picks for his top 5.
Really? Okay, great.
That I'm excited to go check out now.
And I'm going to get subscribed to a few of yours.
Yeah, sure you are.
Well,
sure you are.
I am Cinefix for sure.
That was an honorable mention.
Yeah, but still.
But yeah, it was really good. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed too. Let us know what your favorite YouTube channels are if you're a YouTube subscriber, or if you end up checking out one of these channels, let us know if you like them or not. We like to get your feedback that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll provide some links. I don't know. We'll see.
Rhett and Links.
Dad jokes all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have this list available for sure, so people know.
We'll put it on
how to find
baconsale.com so you can see it there. Also, you can see it on our YouTube channel as well. We actually have a YouTube channel. Nothing uploaded yet. But we are starting to kind of work towards stuff there. So if you have ideas for what you want us to see, what we would like to see us do on a YouTube video, let us know.
Do.
But if you want to find me, you can find me at 76Joel on Twitter, or you can find me performing with Quickwits. They perform every Saturday night at the Mid-Bell Performing Arts Center. For more details, go to qwcomedy.com or go to the Quickwits Facebook page.
If you want to find me on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Kenny3DD. If you want to read my movie reviews, it's ShowtimeShowdown.com.
You can find me on Twitter at Jacob A. Rogers and Baconsale on Twitter at Baconsale. Go find us on Instagram as well at Baconsale, and go check out our merchandise store, tpublic.com/Baconsale. And also, as we've mentioned, our Patreon page. If you want to catch some more content that we create, we've got videos and different things that are going on there for patrons only. So go to patreon.com/Baconsale and support Baconsale. Whoop, whoop.
You said Baconsale a lot.
Baconsale. All right. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment below.
Don't get creeped out. Don't get creeped out. Don't get creeped out.
Well, they probably don't even handle their own handles. That sounds funny.
It's kind of great.
Well,
no problem, guys. I'm ready.
What's up, Brosef?
what's up, guys?
Sorry, guys. This is just going to be me now. Is that cool?
Check your pie.
I always ignore Joel's children while I'm watching YouTube.
I love watching Fred so much.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Swear, swear, swear.
Yeah. And many people are going to accuse me of being a hipster. I'm not sure that applies in any case, anywhere, ever, because Kent Dunn is not a hipster.
Obviously.
Let's talk about Scream.
Baby. Wow. Sounds like a Jacob story.
It was a Jacob story. And then aliens came. What are memes exactly?
Who won?
Who's next? It was so soothing to watch things just get demolished. It's my belly button, my belly button. I won't pretend like it's nothing, cause my belly button's really, really something.
And
I think we'll get passionate regardless.
yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
That's recorded.
Yeah.